Welcome back to another video. My name is Abby, and today we are talking about changing your self-concept. Now, if you're new to this channel and you like videos like this, just hit that subscribe button, click the bell. It'll let you know when I release new videos. And a great way, if you like this video, to support this channel is to simply click that like button. It really does a lot to help spread the information through the algorithm, and most of all, I really appreciate it, and it lets me know what content you like. So, how to change your self-concept. This topic is frequently covered, and I talk about it a lot because it is so important. It is the key that will open the door to whatever it is that you want right now in your life. It could be about relationships, it could be about money, it could be about your dream home. It doesn't matter, but your self-concept is what holds the key. And I want to start this video with a quote by Neville Goddard. Whatever state that has your attention holds your life. I'll say that one more time. Whatever state, and remember, a state of being is how you think and how you feel. So how you think and how you feel, those two things that have your attention, is what is holding on to your life. It is what is inhibiting a change from happening right now. So again, your state of being is how you think and how you feel for the majority amount of time. So you think between 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. 90% of those are generated from yesterday. You think 90% of the thoughts you thought yesterday, unless you were paying attention, unless you're being intentional. So if you're thinking between 60 to 80,000 thoughts, 90% of those are the same ones as yesterday. And we just talked about whatever state has your attention, whatever you're looking and thinking and generating over and over again is what is holding your life. So realizing that the power to change your life right now is within you. That is the biggest secret that is out there, is how much power your imagination and your mind actually has. And the power is uncovered through awareness. And that is simply becoming aware of your own behavior. You might think that your self-concept is actually different from what it is, and that might be an inhibiting factor. Until you become aware of exactly how you're behaving, exactly what thoughts you're thinking, exactly how you respond to certain situations, you will not be able to truly make a new choice because you're not even aware of the choice that you are making. So let's go back a little bit further though. What is your self-concept? Essentially, that's who you believe yourself to be. That's who you think that you are. Most of this concept of yourself, most of it, who you believe yourself to be, was formed between the last trimester of your biological mother while you were still in the womb until you're about 7 years old. And that's because most of that time you were in what is called theta brainwave. And right now we're in beta, you're learning, I'm sharing information, we're in a higher level of frequency of your mind. A little bit lower than that, if you're in a meditative state or you're relaxing somewhere, you're gonna be an alpha. Now, right under that, which is what happens right before you fall asleep and right as you're waking up in the morning and you're kind of like, am I awake, am I asleep? You're kind of like in a twilight realm. That is theta brainwave. That is it. That is the gateway. That is the language, the same brainwave as your subconscious. And your subconscious, it is basically the roots, and your self-concept would be the tree. So whatever it is that you believe about yourself deep in your subconscious mind, and again, it's outside of the awareness of your conscious brain, the thing that stands in between is your analytical mind, and we'll get into how to bypass that later on in the video. But what you have to understand is how you're acting in the world, what you believe to be true, what you believe to be absolute is really only subjectively true. That means it's what you think is true. It doesn't mean that that's true about your life. So the thing about the self-concept and changing it is becoming aware that it's changeable, that you have acted and moved through the world in a certain way based on the beliefs that you have when you were growing up. As a child growing up, seeing how people interacted, seeing how people talked to you, seeing how people treated you, seeing how people interacted with each other. You're basically just absorbing that like a sponge straight into your subconscious mind, thinking that it was the truth. And if you have not gone in to start questioning, okay, if you've experienced a lot of rejection in your life romantically, what were you shown when you were growing up? How did your parents treat each other, or specifically, how were they treated in romantic relationships? You could have seen a situation, taken it to be true, and now been applying that truth to your life right now, putting your life through that perceptional filter of that rejection. And basically, as your mind works, you don't see the world as it is, you see the world as you are. So your reticular activating system, the filtration system that you prioritize in your brain, it goes out into the world and it looks to objectify the subconscious, because the subconscious, all its job is to objectify itself. Okay, I think this is true, and so I'm going to go out in the world and I'm going to look for it. And it doesn't mean that that's the only thing out there. It only means that's the only thing you're looking for. Just the same as if you have a dinner table and there's all sorts of things. There's plates, there's knives, there's forks, there's glasses, there's food. And the only thing that you're looking for is spoons. That's all you'll see. Even though there's tons of other stuff on the table, if you have put it in your RAS to only find spoons, to only find rejection, you will come across people and situations which vibrationally match to what you're trying to objectify, and you'll block out everything else. So your self-concept, who it is that you think yourself to be, is at the foundation of what your life can be, because you will always be in the world who it is you think you are. So the one thing, as I talked about earlier, how do you change it then? Okay, I've got these roots that are unconscious to my consciousness. 95% of my life is being run by these things I'm not aware of. How in the world, Abby, do I change it? That's a good question. You want to become aware. You want to bring your unconscious beliefs to your conscious mind so that you can re-reason on it and retell that story and create a new truth. Because you have been telling it subjectively true, meaning it's not objective. That's not true. That's just how you've interpreted it. So bringing your adult mind and where you are right now in your life and re-reasoning on something that happened when you were younger. If a teacher told you you weren't creative, well, you can bring your adult mind and retell the story that potentially the teacher was the one that lacked creativity to see the brilliance in your creations and the true artistic representation that you were expressing in the world. Potentially they didn't understand, so you weren't the one with the deficiency. They were the one with the lack of imagination. And you can see in that example alone, having that idea as a child with you moving through the world, how much different that would have been for you. So bringing the unconscious to the conscious through awareness, how do you do that? You've got to bypass the analytical mind. That's that mind that's always wanting to bring meaning and thoughts and situations and analyzing it. And how you do that is make it be still. You want to quiet it. How do you quiet it? Through meditation. Meditation used to scare me. I didn't like that word. I thought it was something that wasn't for me. Some people are good at meditation, but I don't need that. I can do it another way. And that's not true, in my opinion. Meditation, another word for it, is just to quiet that analytical mind. What that does is it lowers the veil of who it is that you're pretending to be, who it is that you think you need to be, so that your unconscious of who you're limiting yourself to be can come into your conscious awareness. Basically, then you're like, oh, I've been living my life according to me being a rejected person. That's not actually what I want. I actually want to be loved and accepted for who I am. I'm going to start to live in myself and loving and accepting myself. And I'm going to make it okay that I am also loved and accepted by other people. When you're aware of this thing that has been holding you back by quieting that analytical mind through meditation, and meditation, all it's doing is lowering that brain frequency, bringing it from a high beta to an alpha, ideally to theta, so that that unconscious and conscious can communicate. So you can bring awareness to the parts of yourself that you're not aware of. And that's it. That is as simple as it is for self-discovery, self-improvement, and growth. Is just becoming aware of who you are being, the behavior that you're doing, and bringing that unconscious awareness to the conscious awareness so that you can re-reason on it and retell that story. And the biggest thing here to recreate your self-concept is through meditation, so that you can really observe who it is you're being and mostly who you want to be. Start thinking from that version of you that you want to be, from that abundance of love, from that abundance of money, and realize those stories that you were told where you feel limited and you're telling the story that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy, that you're not lovable, because that's not true. And when you can re-reason and bring your current self into that inversion, live in the in, as Neville Goddard says, now. Retell that story. Change the assumptions that you have, what you give permission and consent to be true. When you do that, your life will dramatically change. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next one.